Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today you are looking at a new product that I am trying out that is being distributed by the company called OraWellness, and I will have a link below to their site. You can check out all that they offer, and they offer many different products for the oral health and wellness. That's why they're called OraWellness. And I also want to thank Will and also Chris. I had a long conversation with Chris on the phone about this product, and also Will and I have been back and forth with emails um, with a lot of my questions. But I'm good; those are probably going to be addressed more when I do the actual review. So this is going to be an introduction to the product. I'm going to unbox the product and show you how to put it together and some different information about it and benefits. And then in the future, I will be doing more of a review and kind of give my feedback and see if there's anything that has changed, that I see has some benefit. I know the product has a lot of benefits anyway. So what you're looking at, it's called a handheld red light therapy device Pro. They don't make it, they actually distribute it. And I found out from Will that he has had one for about 3 years already, and then decided to start making it available to the community. So, what I want to do before I actually open it up is give you some information here, some emails I got, and I will also have some article links about the product. And in one of the emails I got, and there's also videos as well where he shows a little bit about using it, but there'll be more detailed information from them as well. So about targeted light therapy to support oral tissue recovery. So they say in the email that they've explored the idea that the mouth is central to whole body health and not separate from the rest of the body. And the gums connect the tissue, circulation, immune activity, saliva, microbiome, and even our teeth themselves are all part of the living biological system that constantly adapting and responding to the environment around it. Because we're always searching for ways to support the vitality of both the mouth and body that are low risk yet potentially high benefit, we found ourselves increasingly fascinated by the field of photobiomodulation, or PBM for short. And it studies how specific wavelengths of red and near infrared light interacts with living tissue. And it's been actually explored by researchers who've shown signs that support cellular energy production, circulation, balanced inflammatory signaling, collagen activity, and tissue recovery processes. And then they talk about more how they've explored the scientific literature. The more fascinated we were by the potential relevance for oral tissue specifically. After all, oral tissues are also highly vascular, biologically active, and constantly exposed to environmental stressors. So why this caught their attention was, they said, as we continue learning, we found ourselves thinking about many of the oral health challenges our community regularly faces. For a few examples, they say gum tissue stress, including bleeding gums, oral tissue irritation from canker sores to gum recession, recovery after dental procedures, and supporting resilience of the living tissues inside our gums and mouth. So this is something that they talk about, and then they have an educational video more about it. So I'm not going to share everything here, but I will share some links to some of their information. That was one article. And there was another one where they said about red light therapy can it heal tooth decay? And they said they were going to ask a lot of questions about it. And they also have, what I'll also include is a FAQ page. It's FAQ, frequently asked questions about this product. And some people ask how red light therapy can it heal tooth decay? So they wrote an article about that. So I'll probably include that there too. And then the other email I got as well was let's see, this is a different one, also about healing tooth decay, but let me see if there was something more in this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, the same thing. I think it was a similar article. They were talking about the light. So yeah, that I think there was two emails that were kind of similar. But they said here too, what fascinates us most about this technology is not the idea that that light somehow, quote, cures disease, but rather the growing body of literature exploring how specific wavelengths of light may help support some of the core biological, biological systems, living tissues already, some of the core biological systems that the living tissues already rely on every day. So that's interesting as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and unbox this. I already actually opened it, but it comes really nice. So this is what it looks like. It's all around here. It says that the doctor trusted by professionals. So it's kind of magnetic, the closure. It's a little bit more open now because when I opened it, I guess it seals pretty well, but it still closes pretty good. So you put it down like this. There's plastic on it when it comes, but I already took that off. And then when you open this, there's also a guide here, the manual. The manual is not as comprehensive as I would like it to be, but I guess it'll get you going. So it gives you some information about the product principles, the red light and the not near infrared light, which is both of them are within the product themselves. So that's just that. And then it goes through some other information, how to use it, what it looks like, the battery installation. So I'm going to go through some of those things, how to charge it, how to use it, and etc. And some of the benefits, things that it could be helpful for. So I'll go through some of those things. But first I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So this is the product. So this is the different parts of it that they show you. But that's the oral tip. But there's also another one as well that I think, let's see what Will called it here in the other email that he sent me. He had a, let's try to find here if he called it something. Let me see if I could find that email. So just bear with me for a moment. Oh, it's called the standard light emitter. And then the other one is the oral applicator fiber optic tip. So it has both the red and the infrared within it. So they both emit the light. It's not like there's a separate one. So I was like a little confused on that. So he clarified that for me. How he explained it, I'll maybe go through that later or perhaps in the follow-up video when I do the review. So I'm going to take this out. So here are some of the parts, and there's some other stuff underneath. So this is the oral tip. This is the one that has the oral tip. So this is the cover that you actually take off when you use it. And of course, it's not on. I will show it to you on. I'm not going to actually demonstrate how to use it, but that's when you press the button, when you put the whole thing together. And then since that actually you usually put in the mouth, you would always clean it off with some alcohol. Like if you have alcohol wipes, like something like this is an alcohol, like a prep pad. So you'd want to clean that off, and you can get that online. And then you always want to cover it up when you're done. So it's not attached yet to the whole device. It's just a part of it. So then here is the battery. This is the battery. And they say to charge this up fully before you actually use it. And I actually didn't do that. I've actually already been using it. So what they tell you here, how to install it, but they tell you to charge it first. When they tell you to charge it, they actually give you a cable and everything to use it. You can use your own. It takes about 4 to 5 hours, and it usually can be used about 120 minutes when it's fully charged. And if it doesn't light up, meaning when you use it, if it doesn't light up, that means it does need to be charged. So this is the other part of it. And let's see what it says in the manual. They call it, if it has a name for the other part. That's the main part. This long piece is the main part. Okay. So we have that here. This is the main part of it. And then the battery goes, this is where the light is. This is on the standard emitter. So the battery goes in here. And where you charge it from, I'll show you that. You actually take off this piece. Oops, I want to drop the battery now. You actually take off this piece. And I'll show you where that is. That's the top part. And it's right here. This is where it would go in. So you could use any, if you have a you know, it comes with one. I can take that out later, but if you have something where you could already use what you have, that's one that I have. So that's where it gets charged, and you leave this off when you're charging it. Okay, so that's the top part. And then when you're going to use the standard versus the tip, then this comes off and that goes on there. So that's how you would use that, those, and I'll show you both on, but when I turn it on, I'm happily going to put the light down. They say don't look at the light. And then the bottom part of this is where you put the battery in. So I'll twist that. Sometimes that's hard to come off. There it goes. It comes off pretty easily. And then this top part, now if you put it in wrong, then you turn it on and it doesn't work. Before you think that the battery's not charged, you might want to check that out first. So this goes in actually this way. This top part goes in here. And you'll see, because once I get this closed, it should actually work. And then the switch is here, right here. So I'm going to turn it on, turn that off right away. I don't want to leave that on. It's too bright for the eyes, so hopefully that doesn't bother you. So there's some different settings you could use, but I was told you should use just the regular setting, like the one that just went on now. Is actually when you press it the first time, it's to turn on what they call the highlight mode. Then the second time, then you press it off, and then you press it again, and then it goes on a pulse mode. But I was told to use just the standard one, and after that it turns off. So normally I would use it right on something. Some people maybe hold it away if it's too much for them. But the idea is that you want to do it for a certain amount of time. If it gets too hot, it actually turns off by itself. I think it turns off after 10 minutes. But if it's getting too hot for you, you definitely want to turn it off. Inside the mouth, you use it less amount of time. But it does explain some of that in this manual. And to tell you a little bit about the red light, it says the red light penetrates the surface layer of the skin, and the mitochondria in the cells can absorb most red light. And it says what else happens, it increases the glycogen content, protein synthesis, and adenosine triphosphate, that's the ATP decomposition, thereby strengthening the cell walls and promoting healing of wounds and ulcers. Also increase phagocytosis of white blood cells, improve the immune system. And then that's the 660 nanometers of red light, which is called the visible. And then the invisible light is the 850 nanometers near infrared. And that light can actually cause direct thermal effect on muscle and subcutaneous tissue. So that goes deeper, which can accelerate blood circulation, increase metabolism, reduce pain, and relax muscles. So, but, again, it's not a medical device. So you can't say, oh, it's going to do this or that. Of course, consistency is key, doing it, often enough. And then they do also have protective glasses, which I'll show you in a moment. But in the mouth, mostly you don't use this standard one. You use this one in the mouth because you can't get that other part in the mouth. I've used this part here, this one here outside the mouth, and other places on the body too. It can be used. Here it shows you in here. It says for cold sores, relieving pain, enhancing blood circulation, speed up healing of wounds, as an acupoint therapy. So it's got a lot of different ways you can use it. And also you want to do, they say to do a light sensitivity test. You definitely want to do that. Make sure it's not, you having any kind of redness or rashes or anything like that. That might not be good for you, and also not for children. So keep the product away from them. It's not meant for children. So that's basically assembling it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take off this top part to show you the other, how that goes on. Now they give you a little bit of information about some of the benefits. So I'm taking this top part off, as you can see, the top part, and then this other piece goes on here. Now I'm going to leave that little cover on it just because, again, I don't want so much light coming out. And I'm going to show you the pulsing with this one, maybe without causing too much. Okay, I'm turning off real quick. I just don't want people's eyes to go bonkers, as you say. So, I don't think it stands because this is where it has a switch. So I'm just going to leave it down like this for now. So then I'm going to take out this part because there's other things underneath to show you. I'm going to take this other piece out here. So what they have underneath here is some more information as well. This is their things about photobiomodulation. I don't know if it has more explanations. It has some, but it also shares, it does share some more information about the benefits, which I'm not going to read through, but it talks about some articles and literature, what it can do, the effect that it has on the body, and the research that's been done. And it tells you also about different types of products they have besides this. This is the red light therapy device, but they also have other products. So it's a manual that comes, like here's one for neck therapy. They have different ones for hands, etc. So that's that. And then what else they have in here? There's some more goodies in here. This is the glasses. If you're, especially if you're super sensitive, you want to put these on. You definitely don't want to look at the light. Sometimes people wear that. They're very dark, so you might not be able to see what you're doing. If you're putting it in your mouth, you might want to just kind of close your eyes or sit down. But basically, I think for the rest of the body, I didn't really find that it's necessary. But I'll go more into the review and some of that stuff after. But that's the glasses. And then what else they have in here? This is a little silicone thing that you would, I guess, put on here because it does get hot. They actually say over here, you can see that it does get hot. So you want to be careful when you're holding this. If you feel it's getting too hot for you, then you want to just, take it, turn it off and wait a little while and then go back. So I think it goes on like that. So like it kind of prevents it from being so hot for you because the heat comes from here. The bottom is, you don't feel that. So that's that. The next thing, let's see what else we have in here. Oh, this is for the charging. So it comes with a little, I have one already. This is mine. So you don't need to, if you don't need to use it, you could just have something extra to have. Let's see what else they have here. They have some other things, interesting things here. They also have, this is for a stand. It's like a little tripod. I'm trying to get out the actual, this is the tripod. So this stands like this. It's like that. And then this can go, I forget, I think it goes in, I don't know if it goes inside or I forget how they do it. I think they show it in that little book, how it goes. They show it in this little book. So I'd have to look and see, because I saw a picture of somebody where they had it just kind of like focused on them. They didn't actually have it, put it on their body, but they just had that like kind of set up. Oh yeah, I see now. They kind of put it through. I think this goes, does this go through? It doesn't seem to fit. I think it looks like it's too big. I don't want to break it. Oh, maybe it does go. I don't want it to break. Oh, it does go. I see what you have to do. So what you have to do is you have to push it through, actually. So you do have to do that. And then it would kind of sit, and then it has it has this. Okay, so now I'm learning. Learning as I'm doing. I haven't tried this yet. So then this twists on like this. Let's see here if we can get it on. Get it twisted on, I should say. So that twists on like that all the way. Oh, great. And then it stands. So I don't know if you would use it with this piece. You'd use it probably with the other. And then what it is you could just have it, focus. And this kind of slides in different directions like this and like that. So you can have it just aimed at an area of your body that you wanted to get the light, but you don't want it to actually, people maybe sometimes don't want to put it directly on the skin, but you get more benefits from doing it that way. And I guess it'll slide out this way. Now this actually slides out now, but to get it inside of there, you actually need to push it in this way. So that's good to know. So that's that piece. And let's see if there's anything else in here. Oh yeah, then they have these little cases. I guess they're to put, I don't know if they're to put the glasses or they're actually to put the device in, I guess. I guess you can put it in. They're small. They're kind of long and thin. See, I think this one, is it bigger or they're the same? No, they look like they're the same. I don't know why there's two, but maybe it's to put the other part. So let's see if they fit in here and try to get that in. Let's see. See if it fits in. I don't know if it fits in all the way. Oh, it fits in kind of, not completely. Maybe you would take this off. I guess it's maybe for storing it, or you're taking it with you somewhere, so you could put them in these little pouches. So that's that. So yeah, that's the device. And I want to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you before I finish this video. About, things to know. Don't stare directly at the light. Like I said, do not use it around the eyes. Very important. Stop if it's overheated. Do not use it if you're pregnant. No one under 13 should use it. to keep it away from children. Also, if your skin is sensitive to light, or if you're taking drugs that cause skin sensitivity, you would not use it. And then contact your doctor first if you have any medical questions. Meaning, if you have medical conditions, you definitely don't want to just run out and use it if there's going to be some counter like reactions to it. And then, like it says here, effectiveness and results of this product vary by individual and usage. So it's not, like I said, it's not a medical advice. It doesn't treat any diseases. Let's see. Like I said, it times out after 10 minutes, which is very good because then it might get too hot. And then they say about distance too with the skin. Like some people might want to put it very close, from 0 to 1 inches. It depends on how you feel about it. For the main emitter, I'll take this off just so I could show you. Like the standard, or however he called it in that email he sent me. We take this part off, and we put this one on. Let's see, got that on like that. Right. So when you use it, you can put it right on the skin. Not everyone maybe wants to do that, or some people hold it away. I guess if you hold it away, you might want to wear the glasses. But again, the glasses are really dark, so you want to do it maybe sitting down so you don't have to like really see anything. But this you can use longer, and the reason why is we'll explain it. It's like because this is more kind of like more concentrated, like a hose, like a smaller versus a larger one. So you're getting more of it, more concentration of it than with this one. So this one you could use longer than this. But again, it will time out. Whether you use this part and take this part off, doesn't matter. It'll still time out with that same amount of time. So hopefully this got you some good information about this product, and that you will check it out and try it out for yourself and see what you think. And again, this is called the Handheld Red Light Therapy Device Pro. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.